And now it's time for more of Southern California's sports fishing voice. Let's talk hookup. This portion of the show is sponsored in part by Ford, the official truck of Let's Talk Hookup. Rancho Leonero, where your wildest Baja dreams come true. Maui Jim Sunglasses, the choice of the best captains. Shimano Rods and Reels, fish with the best. Shimano. And by Yamaha Outboards, official motor sponsor of Let's Talk Hookup. Here we go. Another great hour of Southern California's sports fishing voice. Let's Talk Hookup. Here's Pete Gray and Rock God Rick Maxa.
Welcome back. Hour number 2. Let's Talk Hookup on the Mighty 1090. Pete Gray here. Rock God Rick Maxa is on his way to the Journeyman in Puerto Vallarta. As we speak, I have a great report for us next weekend here on Let's Talk Hookup. Greg Stotesbury from Aftco here, a wealth of knowledge about all sorts of fishing and the great Aftco clothing line and the Aftco belts and harnesses and gaffs. And we haven't even talked about guides yet, or roller guides and butts and bent butts and all that kind of stuff too.
Yeah, we've got a full complement of hardware and sure sell a lot of that stuff to all the manufacturers and all the guys building heavy tackle and lighter tackle too.
Bent
as
butts
well.
Are getting real popular.
Bent butts are super popular. You know, the thing that's really popular right now, Pete, is the whole store-butt concept. I've got a lot of my guys, where you have a reel seat that's ferruled fore and aft,
right? So
you can interchange with either a curved or a straight butt in the back. You can keep your reel on the rod, and then you can now store that outfit a lot easier because you don't have that big long bent butt. For the guys that use their chair tackle.
Sure, take it right off.
Yeah, and we've just come out with a little number 1 store-butt reel seat, a little tiny one designed for like 30-pound test and below.
Really?
So it's a reel seat. If you can imagine, it's ferruled on both ends, so you can have a rod that's multi-piece. And then on the back side of it, we're not going to sell an aluminum butt with it. We're just going to give guys the option of being able to glue in a piece of blank and blow a piece of foam on it, or put cork on it, or whatever. So you could technically customize and build your own rod butt to the length that suits you, or for the style of fishing or style of rod that you're building.
Wow!
So that's kind of a new deal that we're doing now in the whole hardware side of the business.
Wow, that's fantastic.
Guys, they
really innovative too, and good for travel too.
Great for travel. We got so many guys that use heavy jigging rods now. I mean, those things are suitable for a ferruled aluminum machined reel seat. I mean, they're not light duty tackle, as you know.
Yeah.
So guys are wanting to travel with that stuff. Now you can take a little 3.5, 4 foot tip section and build your own, butt section up and have it all be multi-piece. So you have a 3-piece rod, super strong, but all ferruled there at the reel seat. So it gives you a lot of flexibility. So that's one of the newer things we've got coming in butts and hardware right now.
Yeah.
That's actually available now.
Yeah, and the new travel type gear is strong, light. Great stuff.
It is. I've got a lot of guys that do that jigging and popping stuff, and they do it all over the place.
Yeah.
But they're traveling to some exotic locations, a lot of times flying on small airplanes. They got to have a way to break that gear down. So the new Aftco number 1 store-butt reel seat is going to be the hot new deal.
Number 1 store-butt reel seat.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what we look for.
Yeah.
Very good. And it's available at dealers on the Aftco website, the whole deal.
It's not available yet. We don't have the hardware on the website yet, but it will be available through dealers here. I think we've actually got the parts in-house, so within the next couple of weeks.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Very good. All right. Hey, and speaking of great stuff, we're giving away a great Aftco setup here to one lucky caller, the Max Force 1 harness. Great harness, the sit type harness with a Clarion belt, the ultimate deal, and a pair of Aftco long-range short pump fishing gloves. And then another lucky caller is going to win a 3/4 day trip out of Dana War Sport Fishing. Like to go fishing on the Sum Fun there this week. Go catch some big yellowtail. Speaking of catching big yellowtail, Captain Drew Carr from the Pacific Queen is on the line. Good morning, Drew.
Good morning, guys. How's it going?
Doing great. I know you went down south yesterday. How was it?
Well, I actually didn't go down there. My good buddy Rick Podolak has been driving the boat because I just had a baby a couple weeks ago, so I've been kind of busy at home.
Wow, congratulations.
That's a good thing.
Oh, thank you. But he gave me the full report, and these guys have been slaying the yellowtail down there at Colonette. They were down there again yesterday. They had 108 nice yellowtail. They call it 15 to 20 pounds. Their jackpot fish was in the low 30s. They've had fish up to 30 pounds every week the last 3 weeks. Good rock fishing to go with it, but it's a little different than the traditional, day and a half trip that we're fishing in the winter. We are fishing rockfish, but the guys are, we're pretty much targeting yellowtail all day long because there's so much of it down there. So, we had 146 rockfish even just kind of bycatch, I guess you call it, and as well as 31 nice lingcod to go with it. So,
31 lingcod. That's insane.
the fishing down there is insane right now, and they're really getting them.
Yeah, and the weather is flat, calm, beautiful. You've been running these weekend day-and-a-half trips on the Pacific Queen. You going to continue?
Yeah, well, actually, we decided to put a couple up during the week. We leave again tonight. The trip's full, so there's no openings on that. But we decided to put another trip on midweek Wednesday night to go down there. I'm really excited for the guys tonight because they're going to be down there by themselves. Yesterday there were 8 boats there, and they had over 100 fish, and all boats did really well. So I think tomorrow the guys are just going to play it. I'm pretty jealous.
Yeah, no kidding. And so you have that one's full tonight, but you have another one online for Wednesday night, fish Thursday, back Friday morning.
Yes, and we still have a lot of openings for next Friday night as well. So, we'll just kind of play it by ear. We have all our trips up every weekend through the rest of the month and then through February. And if there's interest and fishing continues to stay hot and the weather's good, we're gonna maybe throw a trip on during the week here and there.
Why not? How do we get a hold of you? We want to book a trip for this Wednesday night or this Friday night on the Pacific Queen at Fisherman's Landing.
The best way to get a hold of us is call Fisherman's Landing at 619-221-8500, and you can also sign up on our website directly at pacific-queen.com.
All right, Drew, great job keeping people fishing all winter long. Thanks for doing the report, and we'll look forward to the report next weekend.
All right, sounds good, Pete. Talk to you then.
All right, thanks very much. That's amazing.
No off season.
No off season. And they're getting out a trip full on Sunday night.
I think that is the greatest thing.
Fantastic.
I mean, as hard as those guys all work, I love seeing that because that's what they need.
Yeah, they do need that.
That's perfect.
And
awesome fishing.
Guys like Drew and I know Mark on the Eclipse and the Commander. Those guys are working extra hard to get trips out when a lot of guys are just going, it's off season. Yeah. We're not going to run. But these guys are running and people want to fish.
And take advantage of this weather. I mean,
Heck
our winter weather is so good. It's, unless you got a storm front, wow, fish all day and, absolutely flat, calm conditions.
Yeah.
I'm liking that.
Gotta love it. Jim Salazar, the lobster guru extraordinaire, is on the line. Good morning, Jim.
Good morning, Pete. Good morning, Greg.
Morning.
Nice to hear from you.
Yeah, you guys too. It's been a great year up here in Santa Monica Bay. I'll tell you. I know it's dropped off every place else, but boy, oh boy, it just keeps on going up here in Santa Monica Bay for lobsters.
Lobsters.
I know it's a lost season and nobody's talking about lobsters this year because the fishing's so good, but lobstering up here in Santa Monica Bay and at Catalina has just been really good. Every place else seems to have dropped off, but up here is really good. But the main reason I called Pete was I wanted to thank Aftco. I wanted to thank Dave Elm and I wanted to thank Bill Shedd for all the support they do for the fishing business and for all the anglers out there. You guys wouldn't believe how much support these guys give us.
It's very true.
That's nice, Jim. Thank you. I know they'll appreciate that.
It's amazing the amount of stuff that Bill Shedd, your partner Dave Elm there, and Greg too, do for the fishing industry. It's just every time there's something that needs to be done, like this new group we're putting together, Bill Shedd's right there. Steps up right up in the front and says, I'm on it, I want to do it, and he works tirelessly. I don't know how he does it. Because he runs Aftco, and then he does all this other stuff to help fishermen.
Pete, he's got an unusual passion. I mean, Bill's my boss and my very, very long-time friend, but he has got an amazing passion and heart for doing right by the sport and putting back into the business that we've been so fortunate to be involved in for so many years. And you know what? Dave Elm, too. Dave Elm, those guys put a lot of time in on this stuff.
And we haven't even mentioned the White Sea Bass Project.
Well, that's one that's been ongoing, and thanks to Aftco and the Shedd family, I mean, my gosh, look at how good the white sea bass fishing is today, thanks to that.
Yeah, that, and thanks to all of the volunteers and all the grassroots people that were able to organize, and guys like the Balboa Angling Club and so many others that have built pens and put the time into that. But I know that's absolutely the closest project to Bill's heart, obviously, because it was his dad's life's work, so to speak, there for the white sea bass. But I appreciate that, Jim. Thank you. I know they're listening, and it's nice to hear that from you. Thank you.
Good. My volunteer day is on Tuesday, so I'll go feed my fishies over here in Redondo Beach.
There you go.
Right on.
Jim, thanks for all your support, too. Appreciate it very much. All right. Let's go ahead and jump back in those phones and talk to Bob calling us from Bellflower. Good morning, Bob.
Morning. Nice to hear y'all.
Thanks
good morning,
for calling, Bob.
Yeah. My question is, being a very large person, how big do you make your shirts and shorts?
You know, it depends on the model on the shirt. We make some of them up to 3X, and it's a very generous 3X. Of course, we have 2X in almost everything that we make. And then in the shorts, I'm going to say that we make the shorts up to at least a 44, maybe a 46. I know we've got some stretch in there. Some of it depends on the model, and some of the shorts that have elastic in the waist, I know they go to a 46. Some of the board shorts do not. But, you know, many of our customers are big guys. That's just common in our business, in our industry. So we do make some bigger sizes.
Aftco's one of the few companies that makes
a lot of companies only go to a size 40. I mean, we go clear to a 46.
46. So, what about in shirts?
In shirts, again, to a 3X in 3X. Some of the models. Not in all of them, but in some of them. If you go to the website there at aftco.com, you can look at all of the clothing, and it'll tell you right on there what sizes we make it to. But it is, again, it's a very generous 3X. So it's going to fit most people out there.
There you go. Thanks a lot for the phone call this morning. Tom in San Diego, you're next up on Let's Talk Hookup, Tom.
Well, good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning.
I wanted to ask, how are you? I wanted to ask, when it comes to belt and the harness, is there some rule of thumb, and I guess it all depends on the size of the fisherman and whatever, but going from, say, the belt to include the harness at a maybe, 100-pound fish, 150-pound tuna?
It really depends. It really depends on the stature of the angler. I mean, we have a lot of lady anglers and younger anglers that they want to harness up on a 50-pound fish. They want to harness up catching a sailfish or catching a smaller tuna. So it really depends on the size of the angler. You know, for most of us guys that are fishing, it's kind of across the board there. Most guys would say, anything that gets up over 100 pounds, they're going to want to have a harness for it. Some people prefer to catch the fish without a harness. Personally, at my age and my level of fitness, I prefer to have a harness on when I'm pulling on a bigger fish. I think I have a lot more control over the fish, and it certainly keeps you from running out of gas an hour into the fight.
And to me, that's one of the most important keys is you can pace yourself so that when the time comes, when that fish is close, you can have the power to put into it.
When you need to.
Yeah.
When you need to.
When you got to.
Yeah.
You know.
The other thing is, like you're on a trip down there on the Journeyman or the Maximus, you paid a lot of money, you've taken vacation time. You don't want to catch 200-pound fish and be out of gas because guess what? The next one could be 250.
Yeah. Or 350.
Yeah, but if you don't have the proper equipment and you're not harnessed up properly and you're completely out of gas and you're in the house, you're not going to catch that fish.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Hey, thanks a lot for the phone call this morning. I want to mention once again we're very, very excited about our Palmas de Cortez Fall Spectacular coming up in October, and want to thank the great people over at George Weir Asphalt in Escondido. Great friends of mine for many, many years have now offered up $1,000 cash prize for the largest Dorado, tuna, or wahoo in that tournament.
Nice.
So how about that?
That'd be good.
Yeah, $1,000 for the largest tuna, Dorado, or wahoo coming up on that tournament there. So if you want to join us, check out our website, hookup1090.com, and join us. The tournament's in honor of our great friend Lou Duchesne that fished every single one except one over the 21 years that we've been there at Palmas. We have special packages that Eddie has put together for us at Palmas de Cortez and Playa del Sol next door. So check it out. Join us in October. Great time of the year in the East Cape. I know you go down there.
Perfect time of year. If I was going to pick any month to go there, it'd be October.
Early October. Yep. Can't beat it for the fishing and the fun. And now you can win $1,000 and a trip to Palmas de Cortez at our tournament. So check that out. Also want to mention next weekend shows. Next Saturday, Jeff from Cedros Adventures is going to be in the studio here talking about that great trip down to Cedros Adventures. And he's giving away a spot to Cedros Adventures next Saturday.
I've heard that's a phenomenal trip.
It's a great time, and our trip in July is coming up, going on that, and then we have a trip in September that's upcoming that still has spots available too. But next weekend, next Saturday, one lucky caller is going to win a trip to Cedros. It's like a $1,900 trip.
That's a fantastic
They're just giving
prize.
it away.
Yeah, that's an awesome prize.
Yeah, and then next Sunday, Captain Ken Frankie, another guy that does a lot for the sport fishing industry,
absolutely,
is going to be in the studio here talking about all the different issues that they face with the sport fishing industry. Ken Frankie next Sunday. Don't want to miss that next weekend right here on the Mighty 1090. And let's talk to our saltwater guy here, from FishDope.com report. Mr. Dave Hansen. This report is sponsored by Fisherman's Processing in San Diego. Get the finest fish processing while you wait from your local, your long-range, or your private boat trip. Hey, this is the time you want to pre-book your processing before you go on your long-range trip. If you do so, you'll be first up and have a chance to get your fish processed and be ready to go soon after your trip return to the dock. All you got to do to pre-book is call Sean or Rosie and pre-book your processing now. No one does it better than Fisherman's Processing. Check fishermansprocessing.com for more details. And now let's talk to your saltwater guy, Dave Hansen. What's up, Dave?
Hey, good morning, guys. Good morning.
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 Well, the beat goes on. It just keeps going and going. I don't know if you guys noticed the dock counts for yesterday. Over 500 yellowtail. What is going on, guys? This is incredible.
Unbelievable. There are a lot of yellowtail around, and they want to bite, right?
Yeah, and it's all that quality fish. I mean, you get a fish of a lifetime. Most guys are getting their personal best right now. So, you guys, what I'm seeing, though, because I'm out there every day, is there's a phenomenal amount of guys that are fishing for boats. That's all they're fishing for. And yesterday there was over 100 boats down there between Dana Point Harbor and Box Canyon. And the biggest problem was you got to drive over their boat wakes to look for fish. And there's so much turbulence in the water, it was hard to meter the fish. But ended up still putting together a phenomenal day yesterday. There was over 130 fish count on Dana Wharf sport fishing yesterday, which is pretty dang good for the middle of the summer, let alone the middle of the winter. You can start off up at Redondo Canyon. One of my buddies was up there yesterday, had 3 fish over 20 pounds, all that quality yellowtail. He must have lost 10 fish to get the 3 that he got. It's all big fish right on the Redondo Canyon. Over at Catalina, still lots of that bigger bonita, and the yellowtail are mixed in all over the front side of the island. Then, like I said, Dana Point, still really good yellowtail fishing from the harbor all the way down to Box Canyon. Out there on the Horseshoe, they're doing phenomenal sand bass fishing right now, and occasional yellowtail. Once in a while, a white sea bass will get on that Horseshoe. So don't pass up any area. And then, as you guys already know, you get down there to San Diego, that fishing down there from the border all the way down to San Martin Island is phenomenal right now. So
yeah, time to go fishing, and FishDope.com has all the spots, all the great spots, and Danny's got some little secret spots on there that a lot of people that aren't FishDope.com members don't know about. And if you want to save $20 on a new membership at FishDope.com, the lowercase, one word, New Year is $20 off on your annual new FishDope.com membership. New Year, it's all lowercase, one word. And if we want to go fishing with you, how do we do that, Dave?
Well, what you guys can do is look me up on the web at yoursaltwaterguide.com. I go with you on your boat, teach you how to fish and how to use all those electronics you spend all that money on. Or you can give me a call at 949-374-0786, and I will talk to you guys next Sunday.
All right. Thanks a lot for that. Appreciate that, Dave, and talk to you next Sunday. I mean, the week of weather we're going to have this week, again, phenomenal. I would bet they're going to keep on catching those yellows.
I don't think that fish is going anywhere with the water conditions.
Yeah. Right? Yeah. Hey, let's jump back on the phones, talk to Dick in San Diego. Good morning, Dick.
Hello.
Hello, Dick.
Good morning to you.
Morning.
Longtime user of Aftco products, and I thank you for for not only providing great quality but innovation.
Thank you very much, Dick.
I'm very interested in learning more about how they do big tuna fishing out of Puerto Vallarta. The boats, the quality of the boats, how far they run, and how they fish them. So I'm going to go off the line, but greatly looking forward to your comments.
You know, Dick, I've been down there a couple times and done the tuna fishing down there and had some great trips. The times that I was down there, it was a combination of a number of the same things you basically would do on a long range boat. We had live caballito. We also had squid, dead squid. So we fished the kite with squid, and also the kite with live caballito. Basically just drifted in an area where we were getting meter marks, and there was a lot of birds working around. And at one time we had 200-pound fish in the air all around us, and that school of fish happened to move by our boat. And, of course, it was like an umbrella. Everybody got bent. But it's basically just like long-range fishing. You're fishing 100 miles or so. If you're going up to the Tres Marias area there where most of them fish, you're fishing 100 miles from Puerto Vallarta. It's really easy access and pretty simple fishing. And you're drifting on meter marks or bird schools or just in that zone there on the shelf where those big fish come up. Why they're there, I don't know. I don't think there's a lot of structure there.
No. They almost it's like they live there.
Like they live in that zone,
Yeah.
and there's just a disproportionate amount of big ones.
Yeah. Yeah, they're kind of that's like the just their zone to hang out.
Yeah, but
year round,
and it's just typical long soak fishing. I know at night we jigged up some big squids down there, and we put those out at night live. We didn't catch on them the couple times I was down there, but we did rig them up and put them on the kite the next day, and had some phenomenal out of the water 150-pound explosions.
Oh, I'll bet
on the squid and kite bait. So again, it's essentially like long range fishing, only you can squeak down there on a 4 or 5 day excursion and get a couple 3 days of fishing in, and it's pretty user friendly there.
Yeah, there is a difference though between going on one of the fine long range boats out of San Diego and going to Puerto Vallarta, and that's time on the water. It doesn't bite every day, and you can go down there and if you're only looking to get 1 or 2 bites or something like that, and you just want to have an opportunity to go pull on a big fish, the Puerto Vallarta option is a phenomenal option, but it doesn't replace the incredible fishery that has been developed by the long-range guys. And what the long-range guys do is give you time on the water, and they know the places, your fishing places, the best. I mean, those places in Puerto Vallarta are fantastic places to go fishing. The places that the long-range boats target are the best in the world. So you have an opportunity to catch multiple times an opportunity to catch a fish of a lifetime.
Yeah,
but it's about time.
Yeah, and Vallarta's it's a one-dimensional thing. It's pretty much just a big tuna thing. And then you can do some big snapper or some dorado or whatever. But I know, Pete, my trip when I was down there speaks to exactly what you're talking about, in that we had one afternoon flurry. Yeah, we caught a bunch of big fish up to 290 pounds, but the next day, it was pretty much dead.
Nothing.
Yeah.
And you can run into situations like that. It's fishing, right?
And we had 2 days and one night.
Yeah.
But at the end of the second day, anyone that didn't catch fish, sorry, you're
versus
done.
If you go on if you go on a trip on the Royal Polaris, the Royal Star, the American Angler, the Red Rooster, the Independence, you're going to have time in that zone. And if you're not in the right zone, you're going to go to the zone where they're going.
Yeah, at night when you're sleeping, they're moving. At Puerto Vallarta, you really don't have that option. If they're not up on the shelf up there, it's pretty much that's about it.
That's it. Yeah, for sure. So it's not a guarantee. That's what I want to throw out there.
Nothing
no
in fishing is a
guarantee. Indeed. Well, when we come back, we're going to talk to Captain Ron, Captain Mark Rare, and of course your phone calls. You stay tuned. This is Southern California Sport Fishing Voice. Let's talk hookup. Mighty 1090.
Many years ago, Baja pioneer Bob Van Wormer found the area he called the Great Fish Trap in the East Cape of southern Baja and built what is now regarded as the premier East Cape resorts of Palmas de Cortez and Playa del Sol. Today, following in their father's footsteps, Bob's sons, Bobby, Chucky, and Eddie, have taken Palmas de Cortez and Playa del Sol to new levels with the largest sport fishing fleet in Mexico, a luxurious spa, and top-of-the-line resort amenities. Van Wormer Resorts have become a destination for travelers worldwide. But for us, Palmas de Cortez and Playa del Sol are just a short 2-hour flight away. No other tropical fishing destination offers the experience and value that you'll find at Palmas de Cortez and Playa del Sol. Now you can plan your Baja fishing vacation quick and easy by visiting VanWormerResorts.com. And when you're ready to book, it's quick and easy. Or simply call 877-777-TUNA for more information. Van Wormer Resorts, the East Cape's finest.
Hey, when you can't get out there and catch your own, you can always find wide open fishing at the best place in town, and that's Point Loma Seafoods right next to San Diego Landings in Point Loma. I got to tell you, when you're hungry, and especially, when you have people from out of town, everybody wants to go to Point Loma Seafoods. And you want a piece of fresh fish for tonight? They have a full array in their case there every single day. That's because the Christensen family has been doing it for decades, and they know what's good and they know what's right. I know you like going there, right?
I love that place. And their ceviche and their pre-made tuna and all that. You get a bag of their homemade corn chips and dip that ceviche out of there with a little Mexipep on it. It's awesome.
It's unbelievable.
Love that stuff.
Yeah, so many. I have so many favorites at Point Loma Seafood, including the ceviche, the sushi, the giant wild shrimp that they have.
Oh, yeah.
It's all so good, and you can't find it fresher. That's Point Loma Seafoods right next to the San Diego Landings in Point Loma.
In the past, Aftco has been known for its traditional fishing shorts. We now will also be known for our new line of next-generation board shorts. Features include 4-way stretch micro poly, pliers pockets, a stain-resistant finish, quick dry, UV protection, plus an Aftco exclusive, a bamboo charcoal inside laminate that is both moisture-wicking and antimicrobial. Available in a variety of prints and colors, these technically advanced board shorts continue Aftco's long tradition of providing the world's finest fishing shorts. Check them out today at Better Tackle Shops.
Alaska is one of the ultimate fishing destinations in the world. This is Rock Cod Rick, and every year the one trip I look forward to is Kingfisher Charters in Sitka, Alaska. My dad and I have been going for over 15 years, and I just can't wait to go again. No one does it better than Kingfisher Charters. They offer the best service, the most comfortable accommodations, fantastic food, the finest fishing charter captains in all of Sitka, and the ultimate value. Sure, I've been to others, but time and time again, nobody beats Kingfisher Charters. You can catch huge halibut like the ones we do almost every year, and salmon, well, Sitka is famous for some of the best runs in Alaska. We also get plenty of rockfish and huge lingcod. And when it comes to fish processing, the best in Alaska is Kingfisher Charters. And listen to this, it's all included in your package. In fact, everything is included except the tips. It's truly amazing how the Kingfisher crew continues the quality of service they deliver year after year. Come and join me on the Let's Talk hookup trip in June, or just go when you can. Kingfisher Charters, 800-727-6136, or check kingfishercharters.com.
Here's important news from Searcher Sport Fishing. Our 2015 schedule is now available at searchersportfishing.com. This is Captain Art Taylor. After an outstanding 2014 season, I promise our trips will fill fast. The Searcher offers great service, awesome food, air-conditioned cabins, an RSW system to preserve your catch, and plenty of room at the rail. Call Celia at 619-226-2403. That's 619-226-2403, or book online today at searchersportfishing.com.
XEPRS 1090 AM, Rosarito, Baja California.
You're listening to the home of the Padres.
To a home run, Kemp again.
San Diego's sports leader, the mighty 1090.
Welcome back to Let's Talk Hookup on the mighty 1090. Captain Ron Baker, what's going on, Ronnie?
Hey, how you doing, Pete? Well, everything is good, man. I went fishing on Friday up to that Box Canyon bite. I went on the Fury just to kind of a getaway. You know, I got this pit stop coming up on Wednesday to get a new hip put in, and I'll be back in the race soon. But I just wanted to get out in the ocean. The weather was good. Fishing was good. But, you know, I could not believe the size of the fleet up there in Box Canyon, you know. So many private boats are fishing. It was wonderful to see that kind of energy here in the middle of January. Here we are.
Yeah. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. Now, you have a big event. You get a new hip, and then you get on your biggest event of the year, and that's the Poway Youth Derby on February 6th and 7th. Tell us about it.
Yeah. Well, it's going to be a wonderful event. This is our 20th year, Pete. I don't know how many years that I've been coming on your show talking about this wonderful trout derby, but it's a good
Probably
one.
20 years.
20th year. I don't know. That's pretty amazing, really.
Yeah.
It's good, you know. And it's a Friday night camp out. We added that a few years back.
Optional camp out.
Yeah, it's a big camp out in the park. It's a wonderful venue. It's fun. It's free dinner. There's a seminar, a big raffle. Everybody kind of gets to tell stories, and it's great. And then Saturday morning on the 7th, February 7th, will be the tournament. Same as usual. Everything is good. All the players are there. San Diego Rod and Reel comes out and cooks. You know, all the Bloody Decks guys comes out and helps and cleans the fish and helps all the kids. It's wonderful. Lakeside Optimist comes with fish and rod. You don't need nothing but just come and have fun. It's wonderful.
Sounds great. So, once again, it is February 6th and 7th. You just show up, right? No reservations needed. You either show up the night before for the camp out, or you show up the morning of the 7th for the Poway Youth Derby.
Yep. The lines are in the water about 6 or at daylight, and it's a wonderful event. You know, we've been doing it for a long time, and it's just great. You know, this year we have a sponsor that wanted to be involved, and that's Turner's. Wanted to come in and put a bunch of tag fish in the lake and don't get a whole bunch of prizes, and I thought that was awesome.
Oh, the people at Turner's Outdoorsman are fantastic.
Yeah, and they wanted to get involved, and they're going to put a bunch of tag fish in the lake, and those will be good. The prizes will be at the lake, so if they're not caught on the day of the Derby, they'll catch a tag Turner's fish. The prize will be sitting there in the office for you. So
fantastic. Well, good luck with your hip surgery this week, and we'll look forward to having you back on the water for the Poway Youth Derby, February 7th. You can camp out the night before on the 6th if you want. Just show up at Lake Poway and have some fun and bring the kids.
Yeah, it's a great deal. Okay, guys.
All right, thanks, Captain Ron. Good luck with the surgery this week. Let's head down to the East Cape. Our buddy Captain Mark Rayer from Gen Ren Sport Fishing is on the line. Good morning, Mark.
Good morning, Pete. I wanted to call in and be sure to say good morning to Greg. It's good to hear you on the show.
Thanks, Mark. Good morning to you and Jen.
Thank you. Things are good down in our area. You know, it's kind of like up here in Southern California. It's incredible to listen to how good the fishing is here. It's usually our off time as well, and we are getting some windy days. But the Sierra bite is really good, and we're having yellowtails starting to show also. Picking off a marlin or two and some Dorado. Some guys are catching Dorado from the beach, believe it or not. I mean, it's pretty incredible. And also the sardines are really starting to pack up along the shore, and we haven't seen that for quite some time. So that's it's real encouraging. I think that it's going to be a fantastic year. Part of the reason I called in, I just decided to kind of let the cat out of the bag here. I think that this Fred Hall show is going to be the Fred Hall of all Fred Hall shows because fishing is so good right now.
Oh, yeah.
That
no doubt.
Nobody's losing their enthusiasm. And we're proud to be on the Aftco Pro staff, and we have schemed up a show special where we're going to be giving away an Aftco performance package for people that sign up at Fred Hall to fish on the Gen Ren boats.
Nice.
So we're pretty excited about that, and I thank Aftco for helping me get involved with that. We're also, not only are we going to give away an Aftco performance package, but people that sign up for our accommodations package, we're also going to give away a pair of accurate Piranha pliers. So we're going to be giving away all kinds of stuff at the show, and I'm pretty excited about that.
Wow. So that'll be only if you sign up at the show and book a trip on Gen Ren, you get the Aftco performance package.
Yes, and you know, I'm going to, maybe I shouldn't be talking about this on the air. I should set it up with you ahead of time, but I'm going to just throw it out there. Pete, I'm going to try to figure out a way that in that performance package, if somebody wants the stuff with Let's Talk Hookup monogrammed on it as well, I'm going to want to talk to you about seeing if we could figure out a way to do that.
Oh, I'm sure there's always a way.
Between the three of us, we can figure it out.
Well, great, Mark. Well, thanks. That's great information. It's coming up quickly, the Fred Hall Long Beach show. You'll have a booth for Gen Ren Sport Fishing. And in the meantime, if somebody wants to book a trip on Gen Ren, dates are going quick. How do we get a hold of you?
It's teamgenren.com is our website. My telephone number's on there. You can call or text me. And that website has 2 live webcams. It has a fish report. It has loads of information. I just want to mention one more thing. We have guests that come on our boats, and we are totally Aftco'd out. We have Aftco nets and bats and gaffs, and all our crew is wearing the great Aftco gear. And I get people from time to time, you wouldn't think this, we just kind of take it for granted, but they look around and they go, what in the heck is Aftco, man? I see it all over your boat here.
Hey,
they don't realize that's American Fishing Tackle Company. That's what that stands for.
As a matter of fact, if you go to our website, hookup1090.com, and you look at the feature photo this week, the photo of the week is a picture of our buddy Ken Ross with a huge Dorado on Gen Ren with Captain Diego. And look what Diego's wearing. Aftco shorts.
You bet.
How about that, huh? All right, Mark. Well, nice to hear from you. Thanks a lot for the phone call this morning.
Thank you, Mark.
And we'll look forward to the Fred Hall shows there. Captain Mark Gillette from the Eclipse and the Commander. Good morning, Mark.
Hey, good morning, guys. How you doing?
Great.
Doing well.
Well, once again, this week, I don't know. I'm usually pretty good with my words here, but this fishing down there is really something special. There was a lot of boat traffic down at the bank here yesterday, and we still had, man, it's a very good day. We had a really good drift, kind of late morning. We ended up with limits for our trip on these big yellows again, for the Shimano guys in SoCal Salty.
Oh, that's right. You had Mark Mills on there, right?
Yeah, Mark had a very good day.
Did Mark catch anything?
He did very well on the yellows.
Wow.
And matter of fact, he bought a bunch of Shimano gear out, and my son Sam caught a yellowtail on a Lucanus jig on 15-pound, which was pretty fun to watch.
Sweet. That's great.
So they were biting yellows. We had our best drift for 97.
Unbelievable.
It was as good a yellowtail fishing as you wanted to see.
Now, your other boat, the Commander, was down there too, right?
Yep, Steve was down there. He had 80 for his day. You're just 20 fish shy of limits there. But he had their opportunities. The red fishing was a little better for us this week. a little bit better reds and about the same on the ling cod. So it's still pretty good on that. Not as good as we've seen in the past, but I think it's that water's so warm. The water down there is 65 degrees. It's
wow.
Blue, a little bit off blue color. It's got red crabs everywhere in it. I mean, his words just don't describe it. We had flat, calm weather once again.
Gotta love it. So you doing it again on the Eclipse and the Commander?
The Eclipse is chartered next weekend. You can get on the Commander by going to commandersportfishing.com. And as soon as the Pacific Queen fills up, then we go overflow and then we can go live on Fisherman's Landing site. But if you want to make sure you get on the Commander, you can go right to commandersportfishing.com and book there. The Eclipse is chartered, but we do have a 2.5-day trip leaving the week after Super Bowl weekend, get in Super Bowl Sunday. That trip is to go on the Eclipse. And what I like about it is we leave Thursday. So we're going to have Friday all to ourselves at the banks.
Wow.
So
fantastic.
That's going to be a lot of fun. We're looking forward to it.
And how do we book that one, Mark?
Just go to eclipsesportfishing.com.
All right. Got Mark Gillette, Eclipse, and the Commander. Thanks for the report. Unbelievable. Is it really January?
Yeah, I was just going to say, is this July or
really?
August?
Yeah, July.
It's as good as you want to see it any time of year. So thanks for having us on, guys.
All right, Mark. Nice to hear from you. Appreciate that. Another guy that's been on it is Mike from the Tribute. Good morning, Mike.
Hey, good morning, gang. How's it going?
Doing great. It's amazing. Like Greg and I just said, is it really January?
You know what? That fishing that they've had down there on Collinette's been amazing. But, you know that the bluefin bite, my boat just got in this morning. Captain Jay Kinsley's running the boat. I had surgery on my bicep last week, and it's really hard to sit by and watch this happen. But they had 72 bluefin on the bank yesterday.
What? 72 bluefin on Tanner or Cortez?
This was mostly on the Cortez. The fish have kind of been going back and forth here a little bit. Our last 3 trips, though, Jake's done just a great job. 72 fish yesterday. They had over 60 over the weekend. It's been very, very good fishing. I mean, there's been guys, and we know the bluefin limit is going to be changing to 2 here. As of right now, it's still 10 in U.S. waters, and there's been guys coming home on these trips with anywhere from 5 to 7 bluefin apiece.
Wow. Unbelievable.
It's amazing.
So you're going to keep doing it on the Tribute out of C4 Sport Fishing?
You know, we've committed to running some of our Collinette trips, and like Mark said, it's been very, very good fishing down there. We did put a trip online here for Wednesday night, going out to the Cortez and the Tanner. If we get 10 people, we're going to go. It's too hard to pass up. I mean, like we've talked about in the last few weeks, this crazy, mid to late winter tuna fishing is still going on, and we can't sit by and watch somebody else do it. So we will be doing Cortez Tanner trips during the middle of the week. Our weekends are committed to fishing Collinette. We do have some really good sponsored trips coming up. This week's sold out, but we do have trips sponsored by Akuma, Savage Gear, Seeker, and Pelagic coming up. And anybody who fishes with us knows that our sponsored trips are just great. There's really, really good giveaways on it. And it doesn't cost any more per passenger. You just come home with some good giveaways.
Lots of good swag on those things. Yeah, and I'll tell you what, I just love hearing sold out on January trips, man.
Absolutely.
It's just so good. The fishing's so good, and people know it, and they're going fishing.
Yeah.
It's crazy. And, I've had people ask us, and we are going to, like I said, do some of these Collinette trips, but I've had some of the passengers call up and say, hey, man, why aren't we fishing Collinette? I said, well, yesterday the boat had 72 bluefin out at the Cortez. Flat, glassy, calm weather.
Okay.
Fortunately, we're still able to fish rockfish, lingcod, and yellowtail down here through the months of January and February when it's closed in California. But at the same time, can you really pass up, your last opportunity to go out and knock out a handful of bluefin?
Unbelievable.
And just for bragging rights to say that you caught 5 bluefin in the middle of January.
Yeah, it's for sure. And then save the yellowtail bite for February and March, right?
It doesn't seem like they're going anywhere.
Yeah. Hey, Mike, once again, how do we get aboard the Tribute?
You can call Seaforth Landing 619-224-3383 or seaforthsportfishing.com is the best way to go. Very, very important. It's 15 and 20 pound fluorocarbon have been key. A good grade fluorocarbon, something clear. We do carry soft soil on board, and we sell it for probably cheaper than you can get it at a tackle shop. But very important.
15 to 20 pound fluorocarbon. Okay.
Number 1 hooks, and you get out there, and especially with that weather, they even those 30 pound fish have been relatively easy to land.
Wow, very
Nice.
good. All right, Tribute Sport Fishing. Bluefin tuna in January.
Wednesday night.
Wednesday night, C4 Sport Fishing. Get on it. Thanks,
You guys
Mike.
have a great weekend.
All right. Good luck with the recovery on the shoulder there. Appreciate that call this morning. Very patient callers in line here. Sam and Irvine, you're next up on Let's Talk Hookup. Good morning. Good morning, Sam.
Oh, good morning. I didn't hear you say the name. Hey, I had a question earlier about the shirts. I wanted you to know I went out on the Sun Fun yesterday. There was 51 people on that little 65-footer, but I did manage to land 3. And I just got the Aftco shirt, and that, I really like that because it has the hood on it. I had bought lesser quality shirts that didn't have the hood, and that I don't wick up when I'm reaching for bait. But really, what it changed my focus to was the belt. I'm kind of beat up from going over and unders. And what belt would you suggest for light tackle? Because I was fishing like 25 with those big fish, and it took a long time to get them in.
Sam, ideally you'd want to have our little Alejos belt. It's small, it's comfortable, perfect for that size of tackle.
That's a great belt.
Got a cross pin in there. You can take the cross pin in or out. If you'd prefer not to have it in, if you don't have a gimbal, you can take it out. But the Alejos belt will do the job for you. And that sun shirt you've got with the hood, that's got to be a Ninja, which is really a super popular shirt. We got a lot of guys that love wearing that thing.
Yeah, indeed, because it's all in one. You don't need a sun mask and a shirt. You have it all put into one.
And you pull that hood down just like a turtleneck. I mean, it's a very comfortable shirt.
It certainly is. Hey, thanks a lot for the phone call this morning. 7 weeks by my count to the Fred Hall Long Beach show. Bart Hall's on the line. Good morning. Am I counting right, Bart?
Unfortunately, yes.
Unfortunately, what are you kidding?
That's a good thing.
We're not quite ready. We're working on it.
Okay, you'll be ready.
It's a big show. But I just wanted to call in and give Greg and Aftco my own props, And somebody called earlier. They asked about large sizes for shirts. And I just went to my closet, and I counted. I have 15 Aftco technical fishing shirts.
That's great, Bart.
Those shirts are
one of the few shirts I can buy off the rack, and it fits me. But Greg, my new favorite is that travel shirt from Guy Harvey. Do you know which one I'm talking about?
Well, we've got 3 different models of travel shirts, but I know those things are super popular and available in a wide range of sizes. I mean, I wear that thing even when I travel back east. I mean, it's my favorite shirt for that.
Yeah, indeed. And you mentioned the sizes. I wear a medium in the travel shirt.
Yeah.
Where normally I wear a large in most other shirts. So a 3X or a 2X is going to be a big shirt.
All of our cuts are generous on that thing. Yeah, but that fabric is amazing. You water it up and put it in your suitcase. I mean, Bart, you wear the thing, and it'll come right back into shape, and you look good.
It is amazing. I've watered it up sometimes thinking, well, I'm not going to wear that again, and had to wear it and pull it out and go, wow, did somebody wash this?
There it is. You got a washing machine in your suitcase.
Anyway, it's been a great show, guys. I just wanted to chime in and say thanks to Aftco for all you do and for great products that you make.
Thank you very much, Bart. We appreciate it.
Well, 7 weeks we'll be at the Long Beach Convention Center, broadcasting live from the Hyatt Regency Hotel right next door. I know we already have a great lineup of guests both Saturday and Sunday for the Hyatt live show there at the Hyatt Regency. So we'll look forward to it, and we'll talk a lot more in the coming weeks, Bart.
Yeah, I'm more excited than I have ever been in my life. I'm 69 years old. This is going to be great.
All right. We're looking forward to it, Bart. Thanks a lot for all that you guys do over at Fred Hall. Appreciate that.
Thank you, Pete.
All right. See you later. Hey, Russell from Huntington Beach. Good morning. Thanks for joining us and being patient there.
Good morning.
Hi, guys. Yeah, I have a question. I got a few big spools of old mono. They've been sitting around for at least 10 years, and obviously I know I shouldn't use them. I just didn't know, should I throw them in the recycle bin at home? Or do you have a better suggestion of what I should do with them?
Depending on if they've been kept in the dark or not, if they haven't been out in the sun, and particularly if they're still in the box or still in the foil wrapper, I mean, I use line all the time. It's 10 years old in monofilament. I mean,
as long as it's stored properly.
As long as it's stored properly. You got to remember when you put it on the reel too. You can take some of the line off the top of the spool if you're afraid of UV damage. And, once you spool it, you got the line that's deep down in the spool up near the top where you're going to be using it. I mean, I think modern monofilament holds up better than it ever did in the past.
Yeah.
But if it feels brittle or if it's discolored or, if you tie a knot with it, if it immediately breaks or you've had it out in the sun or in the boat where it's gotten hot and cold a lot, then I'd recycle it.
Yeah, tie a knot, test it, see if it breaks.
Pull on it with some gloves and break it.
Yeah. Some Aftco gloves.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, very good. Thanks a lot for the call this morning. Jeffrey calling us from Rosarito. Good morning, Jeffrey.
Good morning, Pete. Greg, got a couple questions for you, Greg. Have you, on your masks there, are they kind of tight-fitting, or you have different sizes available?
It's a one-size-fits-all because it's a stretch poly fabric, and I've never really had anybody need a different size. I mean, they're small enough that they'll fit a small face, but comfortable enough that if you got a big noggin there, they'll still fit you good. They stretch to fit, has never been an issue.
They're fantastic,
and they're tapered too. So they're I guess you could turn the thing upside down. You could have the big side up and have a bigger size if you wanted to do that.
So when I put the Aftco face mask on, I put the Aftco logo toward the back.
That's exactly what I have. The seam in the back and the Aftco logo down because they're slightly tapered to the bottom. The bottom's bigger to cover more of your
Then
neck.
I'm putting it on correctly.
You're putting it on right.
Okay, very good. Thanks a lot for the call this morning. Chuck in Long Beach. Just about 30 seconds left, Chuck.
Good morning, guys. I have a question. You kind of answered some of it on different harnesses and things, but do you guys have anything like kid sizes? My son's about 80, 90 pounds.
Yeah.
And if he's going to be pulling on stuff, I'd like to get him a belt to do it with.
80, 90 pounds, he'd fit the Aleos belt perfectly. That'll go down to almost a size 20 on the waist.
Really?
So it'll go way, way down with the new Velcro strap and everything we've got on it.
Yeah.
And also the little Max Force 2 harness, the little shoulder harness, will adjust way, way down. So for an 80, 90 pound kid, no problem. Fit him easily.
Okay, there you go. And the other thing about Aftco is if you're looking for clothing, the Guy Harvey and Aftco sizes for kids, nobody has anything even close to that.
We have tons of gear for kids on both the Guy Harvey and the Aftco lines. Guy Harvey line has had kids stuff forever.
Yeah.
Aftco has a lot of kids stuff now that's brand new. Actually, the latest catalog has a lot of new kids gear in it.
A lot of new kids gear.
Yeah, it's fun. We can outfit all the little guys with it.
Aftco.com, you can see all the and like you've told me, you go back east and kids. Guy Harvey is like on every kid in school.
It is the uniform back there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
Guy Harvey shirts and Aftco traditional shorts.
All right. Thanks a lot for the call this morning. And when we come back, we're going to give away a couple great prizes, wrap things up here, tell you about next week's show. Stay tuned. This is Let's Talk Hookup on the Mighty 1090.
During Yamaha's Reliability Starts Here sales event, buy an eligible new select Yamaha 4-stroke outboard and get your choice of either 2 free years of Yamaha extended service or up to $2,000 in dealer credit toward purchase of goods or services. This offer ends March 31st, 2015. Subject to change at any time. Other restrictions and conditions apply. See authorized participating Yamaha outboard dealers for details. This promotion cannot be used with any other Yamaha offer. Reliability starts here. Yamaha.
Could it be possible for the 2014 long-range season to be as good as the summer fishing season? I have a hunch it will be. Hi, this is Doug Kern from Fisherman's Landing Tackle, the saltwater tackle professionals. We are proud to be Southern California's premier Shimano pro dealer. We have the best Shimano has to offer, including Talica, Trinidad A, Therese, Stella, Saragossa, Tranks, Terramar, Waxwing, Colt Sniper, Butterfly, Torium, Tiagra, and too much more to mention from Shimano. Bottom line, we have the most complete selection of Shimano saltwater tackle and the knowledge to properly equip you for your next trip. Come visit us at Fisherman's Landing Tackle at Fisherman's Landing in San Diego or on the web at saltwatertackle.com. Fisherman's Landing has been the choice of saltwater anglers for decades with the largest fleet of long-range boats worldwide, complemented by Southern California's finest charter and open party fleet. From half-day trips on the Dolphin to overnight trips or a long-range adventure, you can count on Fisherman's Landing to deliver the best. Check the website for all that is going on or call Fisherman's Landing at 619-221-8500. Book now at fishermanslanding.com.
It's big, it's comfortable, and she is beautiful. The state-of-the-art long-range sport fishing vessel, the Independence. Veteran captains Mark Paisano and Paul Strasser built this incredible 112-foot vessel with the most modern technology and luxurious comfort available. Captain Jeff DuBois has helped make the Independence a top-notch operation. Call Independence Sport Fishing at 619-226-6006 or check the availability on spring, summer, and fall trips now at independencesportfishing.com. Great boats, free parking, and a fully stocked tackle shop. Just a few of the reasons Seaforth Sport Fishing is a favorite among anglers. Come aboard top charter boats like the Aztec, Cortez, Endeavor, Eclipse, Apollo, Outer Limits, Pacific Star, El Gato Dos, Alexis, Pride, Privateer, Tribute, Pacific Voyager, and the Voyager. Plus, the new Seaforth Sea Watch in San Diego offer the finest half, 3/4, and full-day trips available. Check out the full-service tackle store at Seaforth Sport Fishing. And it's all run run by fishermen for fishermen. 1717 Quivira Road, just off Mission Bay Drive in Mission Bay. Book online at seaforthlanding.com.
Welcome back to Let's Talk Hookup on the Mighty 1090. Congratulations, Chuck in Long Beach. You're winning that Aftco package with the Max Force 1 harness, the Clarion belt, and the pair of Aftco long-range short pump fishing gloves. The perfect long-range setup to catch big fish. And Cliff in Lakewood, you're going 3/4 day tripping, fishing on the Some Fun out of Dana Wharf Sport Fishing. I want to thank the great people from Dana Wharf Sport Fishing out there. And I want to remind you this morning at 10:30 a.m., Fox Sports West, Inside Sport Fishing. Great show today. Fast Lane Kayaks in Mission Bay. I was on that. It was a fishing mission. 10:30 this morning, Fox Sports West. You don't want to miss this. And Greg, thanks for coming in. Great time. Great show. And look forward to all the great Aftco product coming up.
Pete, thanks for having us. I really appreciate it at Aftco that you have us on the radio here. And a lot of fun to do a show when there's this much good fishing going on.
You bet. Aftco.com for more information.
Yes.
And, of course, see you at the Fred Hall shows.
We will be there.
Yeah. And, of course, great products. All kinds of great stuff coming up as we come along, and I'm sure you'll be debuting a lot in Fred Hall.
We will. Fred Hall will have a giant showcase of product. I think we've got 40 or 50 feet there, and we'll be busy.
Yeah.
It's going to be a good show, like Bart said. It's going to be a great one this year with fuel costs being down and fishing being as good as it is. Should be a lot of happy customers.
Time to get out there. And I want to thank all of our listeners out there for listening to Let's Talk Hookup this weekend. Next weekend, great lineup of shows. Jeff from Cedros Adventures will be here, giving away a trip to Cedros Adventures next Saturday. How exciting is that? And then next Sunday, Ken Frankie from the Sport Fishing Association of California will be right here with Rick and myself here in the Mighty 1090 studio. Bike Week Radio is next. Stay tuned to the Mighty 1090.